and go ahead and be online. Hey everybody, Wayne Dorban from the Institute of Ecolonomics, and we are doing our Ecolonomics in Action livecast, and we are simulcasting. We have both Lab and Periscope going here. I am actually manning the Periscope side of things, and it looks like we're even getting a couple of people that are applauding for us in both places. This has not been a widely advertised lab. We're doing this as sort of the start of something, and I wanted to let our team get engaged. So right now you're seeing Mark, that's to my right, if you're watching, and Rafiq, that's down below me, and we've got to jump back in. Mark, say hi. Arif, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Are you guys hearing me fine? Is my volume coming through all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. And Arif, are you in now? It keeps saying that maybe you've got a connection problem because of your firewall. You're still getting applause. Mark is giving you applause.
Yes.
So, as everybody knows, you're probably watching this because it's recorded and not live, although I'm sure we'll have people come on live. Every Wednesday, this team, and you're going to get to see and or hear or have them in the chat section, 5 virtual assistants. Mark, as I mentioned to my right, Rafiq, that's down here, Arif, who's been trying to get on. We have a conference call every Wednesday. We actually have a conference call every day, but on Wednesdays it's a little longer. We go for an hour, and we're going to actually do that, a little bit of that here today, so that you can see how that works. We're going to change the process a little. I actually asked these guys to get prepared to talk about something that we're learning about together in a team setting called Magnetize Your Audience, which is how you would do live events. And this is a live event. We are broadcasting live. This is a live cast. And again, we're on both Periscope and Lab. I'm using my phone, I'm pointing down to it, down below me here, to actually film the screen and using the microphone and the speaker on the phone to record. And any of you could do that. I'm using my laptop computer and my webcam. I actually have a Logitech camera that sometimes we use, but the light was excellent here today. Mark, what kind of a camera are you using? You're using your camera on your laptop?
Yeah, the camera that came with my laptop.
Okay. And Rafiq, how about you? Your picture's really clear right now, right? Rafiq's coming in like he's in high definition, big time.
I'm using my standard laptop camera, so that's what I'm using right now.
Okay, so we all three are using laptops, the cameras that are right on our laptop. I am using a little more sophisticated mic. I have a Yeti mic that I'm using. You guys are probably you're using a headset. Mark, what kind of a headset are you using?
I don't know what brand it is. I just it's a Logitech.
And it's a USB mic, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
And Rafiq, you're just using the laptop's
microphone? The laptop microphone, yeah. Is it coming loud and clear?
Yeah, you're coming. When you talk, your voice is. If you had a microphone, you probably would be a little bit better. You don't have a headset around, do you?
I do not have a headset around right now.
If you just take, your earbud, you might plug it into and see if it's better. Because again, okay. we're doing this to show our users and people that are watching. So, Ecolonomics in Action. We've been doing these since 2011. We took a little break over the start of the year here to transition into a new mode. We actually have a lab later today with another one of our businesses that we work with, Alternative Health Concepts. Mark, do you remember what time that is later today?
It's
Mountain time?
5 o'clock Mountain time.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock
yes.
Mountain time.
Yep.
It's an interesting new addition to the lab. Mark, you do enough of these. Do you see what's above the question area here on the right where it says share the last 30 seconds. It looks like that's probably Twitter. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And where it'll actually show a 30-second video. You know what? It looks like it'll show it in both Facebook and Twitter. Really cool. I'm going to put down that I'm typing here a cool new feature. Everybody, you guys, all do this from yours. Share to your communities.
Sure.
So I just shared it. Brian, make sure you share it too. Rafiq, if you want, try to come on in if you could. Excuse me, not Rafiq. Hamza, I think I saw you come on here. I want to make sure to follow you. I'm not sure that I have. Okay. So Hamza's probably calling in. No, Reeb is again. I don't know what's going on with yours, Reeb, but it wasn't letting you in.
It did now.
It is now, and you're working at home, or you brought in something else, didn't you?
No, sir. I'm not working at home. This is office, but it's a place where we can sit when we have a laptop.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool. So we got all four of our screens here. So again, for our audience, and we're going to be broadcasting this through replay. I have Mark to my right. Mark is in Bangladesh. I have Rafiq below me, who is in South Carolina, and I have Arif over in the corner, who's in Pakistan. And these are three of a 5-person team that I have daily conversations with 5 days a week. And we've got another one of our team members, Derek, who also goes by Zaki, that is over in the chat. And if possible, we'll bring him on in a little bit later. And I think I saw Hamza on here earlier also, and he is in the team. So we decided to do this, guys, about a week ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, a week ago.
We decided we were working on something called education-based marketing. So yeah.
That's exactly right. Education-based marketing, and specifically a program that a lady named Kaylin Rush has put out that's called Magnetize Your Audience, that is related to doing live events. This is a live event, and we're doing it live on both Periscope and on Blab. I don't know yet whether I haven't seen that we have anybody other than our group that's on Blab right now. I didn't advertise this real broadly because I wanted to make sure we had a chance to do one of these and get comfortable with it. But let me talk a little bit about the team and what they do, and then we're going to just open it up. So I'm going to actually just introduce you, and then I'm going to let you talk about what you do on a day-to-day basis. We're going to go by seniority here. I'll start with Mark. Mark has been on the team now, I think, coming up on 3 years, right, Mark? Probably in May of this year.
Yes, that's correct.
And how did you first find me or us?
First, I responded to an ad on Odesk that you were looking for a VA, and I remember that we set up an appointment for interview through, I think, Joshua. At that time, he was your assistant, and right after the interview, I knew that I found a good company to work for. And right now, it feels like more than a company. It's more like a family to me, working for you, Win. So that's how I feel right now.
You go.
Tell everybody what you do. What if you break your week down? Let's say, what percentage of your week you do doing something, and describe to everybody what you do.
During the week, I work at nights, and that's daytime for you because we are about 12 hours ahead of you, actually. And my time starts 8 or 9 in the evening, and then I go doing my tasks, and I look at my task sheet that I have planned out, which I do every day. I plan out my day, and I go about tackling one task at a time usually, and then I finish my work usually 7 in the morning, and I go to bed. I get a few hours of sleep, and I wake up I have some little things that I need to take care of. Attending to my kid, and my wife needs something, so I spend probably a few hours with them, and then I usually come back to work in the evening.
By the way, Arif, you have an amazing smile. I haven't had the chance. We work. They do not have videos on their computers in the office that they work in.
Well,
You guys all do. You got an amazing smile too.
Thank you very much.
He just looks like he's just oozing. So it's really cool. So Mark, you work. So Mark's being very humble. He's being humble about a couple of things. One is that he works. Mark is on salary now with us. He's one of our leaders. Matter of fact, his title. What is your title, Mark?
It's Chief Writing Officer.
He's the CWO. That's our. We made that one up, by the way. So, how many articles do you write a week about, Mark? How many do you either write or?
About 6 a week.
Okay. And how many do you oversee? How many total weekly do we compose and that you oversee?
The number is somewhere between 6 to 8, because there are articles that we rewrite, sort of modify, and then there are also guest writers who wants to publish their article on our sites, and we have requests a lot more these days.
By the way, we're looking for a writer. If anybody knows anybody out there that you think would be a writer that could write for us, and we're going to talk more about what area of business that we're all passionate about, and I'll just mention that now. The name Ecolonomics. It's in the title of what this lab and what this live cast with Periscope is called. We are passionate about the planet, making the planet better, and we're passionate about people related to the planet. And so if you have an interest and a passion there and you're a writer, please get a hold of us. As Mark said, we have more and more. How many even today, Mark, how many do we have that came in just today? I think a couple, didn't we, today already?
Yeah, right. Maybe a couple came in today, yes. One came in maybe. Yeah.
And Mark,
I have the link.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry?
How do you speak such good English? Tell us a little bit about your past that gave you the ability to
Yeah, English, the basics of English I picked up when I was a kid. Actually, I went to a Christian missionary school. I got my basic education from Christian missionaries. And then I always dreamed about, because I was fascinated by technology and especially watching movies, sci-fi in particular. And I wanted to go to USA and see for myself where the world was, because USA has been a leader in technology, and that's why I applied for admission in one of the colleges in USA, and I got accepted. And I studied electronics in Fairmont State University. After finishing, I came back and I did computer studies in Dhaka. And then I decided to follow computers, and also because one of my first jobs was a writing job that I got, and I was kind of wanting to be a writer as well. So I think your job gives me the opportunity to tie both of them together. One of my passions is to work with computers, and also I care for the environment, to spread awareness, sustainability field, and all those stuff. I can tie them all together in my writing. So that's what drives me these days. Also, it's been a major factor in my life.
I'm gonna stop you for just a second. We lost Arif there. I hope he comes back. I was going to go in order of seniority. Arif is our second most tenured person. He's been on board with us for about 15 or 16 months. Looks like he must have had some signal problems, so he's jumped off a little bit. And so I'm going to switch now since Rafiq's on here. Rafiq is actually the newest member of our team. Again, significance to everybody. Mark is working in the middle of the night, as he said. And as I said, he's more than just a team member. He's one of our leaders. And he works more than 40 hours a week. And that's not where he started. Actually, Mark, do you remember when we first started with you as a VA? I'm not remembering. Was it 20 hours a week, maybe?
I think I started, I started with 15 hours, if I remember correctly. And then you gradually increased my hours as I progressed with you. And then I got more responsibility, then became full-time.
Mark, why don't you jump off, and I'm going to try to add either Hamza or Derek, and let's move to Rafiq. Excuse me, let's now, because Arib's back, I'm going to move to Arib. Arib is our second most tenured person, and I think it's like 15 months, correct, Arib? It was late in 2000, and I apologize, guys, there's a call coming in here, and I'm going to get rid of it. And Arib is an amazing guy, and you'll enjoy hearing him. And if you ever get to meet him, and I have not met him live, we're going to though. I'm going to come up. Oh man, we just lost him. Arib, are you hearing us? Maybe not. Rafiq, we'll switch to you. Rafiq has been on board now since the 1st of December, Rafiq, or maybe a little longer, maybe in November, correct?
Yeah, probably November.
Okay.
So I joined the team back in November. The way I found them, I went through a website called Odesk. It's kind of like what Mark did. I think they're renamed it now to Upwork. So went through Upwork, saw a posting for a social media type thing, which is what I did in my internship when I graduated college. So, it was something I was familiar with, and I wanted to get more experience in doing it. So I thought it would be a great opportunity. So I applied and loved every minute of doing what during the interview process. I loved meeting Reed and Mark. That's when I first met them when I was interviewing. They were really great and very helpful. So this is definitely a great team. I'm happy I joined them. On my daily basis, I do a lot of social media stuff, Facebook, Twitter stuff. We have a couple of websites.
Yeah, we hear you, Reed.
Okay, I think there's...
Mercedes, hi, by the way. Thank you for coming on. This is a team of virtual assistants from around the world, and Rafiq is talking right now. Rafiq, you're breaking up some, so we can hear you, but it's not the best. So maybe when you're done with this, we might have you see if you can put that headset in or something. So just see if it gets better.
Definitely. I'll do it after this. But so on my daily basis, I usually just do a lot of social media stuff. So the Twitter, the Facebook. We have a couple of different websites. The ones I actually enjoy working on the most are, the North Planet and some of the AHC stuff, which is alternative healthcare concepts. And the reason I like working on that more is because I actually took a class in college about alternative health. So it was, nice, learning something about in college and then moving on to the next part of your life and dealing with some of the same stuff. So that's usually what I do on a daily basis.
Awesome. For whatever reason, if you guys can see it, his voice is delayed. So you can see his lips were going after he was done. So
I couldn't hear him. Like I can hear you, but I cannot hear him.
Well, he was coming in, but he was broken up some, Arib. So why don't you go ahead, Arib? Tell us what you do and how you found us, we found you, and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, okay, yeah, we found we work for an agency here called Mezi Marketing, and I think you guys connected Mezi Marketing, and that's how me and you connected, and I work for you as a schedule manager. I handle your schedule, I handle your calls, I handle your meetings, I handle your emails, I handle different tasks. I also write sometimes. So I like that, by the way. And I think there are other tasks, like everything you have to throw at me. I think I'm a player, so I always like it. So there are many tasks I do, but mostly it's about your schedule. It's about your calendar and how to make you more productive in time. That's what I do. That's what I am here for.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about what you do. And again, Mark said this, but it's 10:30 at night there, correct? Are you 12 hours different from us right now, or 11? I always get a little bit off.
Yes, it's 10. It's 10:21 here right now. So I think it's 12 hours different.
What's your work schedule? So you work from when to when?
I work from 10 a.m. Your time till 6 a.m. Mountain time. That means 10 p.m. my time till 6 a.m. Pakistan time.
And will you change? This is actually something I don't know. I think we've talked about it before, but I don't remember. We changed to daylight savings this weekend, so you guys need to remember that our time is going to be a little different. But I think you might not change. Is that correct? Do you stay or do you change?
Yes, no, I think I won't change because I told you that my classes. Here is Zaki. Just there, right in front of me, and so I have my MBA classes, so I can only join at 10 my time. So whatever it will be your time, I will work 8 hours for you.
Derek,
from that time, from 10 my time.
Thank you, sir.
Derek's why was Hamza having trouble getting in?
Hamza is a shy one.
No, he tried.
I think he's having a bit connection problem, but he's trying.
Yeah, and where did you get to where you're able to be on your camera? Because you haven't been able to do that before.
I bought my laptop today, and sit on a very specific place, so that is the reason.
Cool.
You're sitting with me.
So Arif, tell us what you do when you're not working. So give us your schedule, and we'll come to you next, Derek. Give us your schedule that is not when you're working.
Not
when you're working with us. You work your butt off doing other stuff. I know that.
So I'm just telling my routine here. I go home at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Pakistani time. That means 6 p.m. your time, and I sleep for like 4 to 5 hours. Then I have to go practice rugby. I have rugby trainings, so I go on to workout and for training on rugby because that I'm trying my butt off that to get back on the team of Pakistan. I'm a national rugby player. I have represented Pakistan many times. So I'm just trying to get back because of my injury. Because of my injury, I had to leave the team, and now I'm trying really hard to get back. And then after my training, I come back home, I eat, and then I have my classes at 5 p.m. Pakistan time until 5 till 9:30. I have MBA classes, and then again I come here to work for you. So I have a busy routine.
And he's being humble, everybody. He got hurt, about a little over a year ago, and he's trying to earn his spot back onto the national team. Arif has played for the country of Pakistan playing rugby all around the world, really. Yeah. So he's now back trying to get into training to be in that position.
But I'm focusing on my studies now and on this on my career here. So everything is important for me now. So a bit of that, everything.
By the way, I'm going to mispronounce it, but Madi Lin, thank you for coming on. We are talking with virtual assistants that work in the Ecolonomics business around the world. Arif, to my right, is in Pakistan. Rafiq is in South Carolina, and Derek is in Pakistan. Derek is our next most tenured person, and he's been on board for 14 months now. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Derek, and what you do in your job.
Well, I'm a student. I'm doing software engineering from one of university in Pakistan. And what I do is, after the shift, when my shift ends at like 6 a.m. in the morning, I try to go home, take a kind of a power nap, and then try to attend one of the lectures which is that goes on daily basis, weekly basis. Try to finish. I'm trying to finish my software engineering. I'm on the last year now, so I hope I will complete. Other than that, it's been very pleasure working with you, Wayne. It's been almost, yeah, absolutely 14 months that I've been working with you.
Awesome. And on a daily basis, tell us on the job, what are some things you do? And Rafiq was being a little humble. He's actually leading up an effort that we have with a brand new piece of software called what? Rafiq, tell us about what the software that you're working with. We're all working with, but you're leading.
So the software he's talking about is called Smart Member. It's a new, just recently launched. I want to say in January. The beta came out sometime last summer, and they just had their official launch in January. And it's a really great website, and it's a tool to use to help organize and put your content all in one place. It's really innovative. Lots of great tools they have, videos embeds, blog embeds, a lot of things you can do with this. So it's a really great website, and we'll definitely be continuing.
Derek?
Yes.
So Derek, now tell everybody what you do on your job throughout the day. And I know there's one thing that you do that Arib and you have both done, but the rest of the guys don't do as much of. So talk about what you do.
Well, mostly part of my job is calling. I try to call people. I try to schedule people, on Wayne's calendar. Try to set appointments with Wayne, and it can be I can be calling those people who left voicemail to Wayne, as well as to those people who are currently fresh leads, what we can say. We are also I'm also working on lead generation as well. The other part of work that I'm doing is making videos, editing videos. We have we have a partner as well, Mike Warren. What we are doing on that there is a project called AAC. What we are working on it, we are creating some leads from it. We are sending emails. We are providing a chat support as well.
Awesome. So what's the tool that you're using right now that maybe the audience would like to know about that we use for making some videos with?
It's a very good tool to use if anyone wants to make a professional business model video, or or a home-based video as well. The tool is called articlevideorobot.com. Anyone can go and check this tool out. We have we have made in couple of 4 or 5 months, we have made 20 or 25 videos. You guys can check on our some of our media channels as well.
Awesome. Rafiq, try talking again. Let's see if your signal's any better now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but it's broken up. So as we move ahead and do this more, you're probably going to need to find a different microphone of some kind, because I think it is your mic. Because when we do Skype calls, it works fine. So Blab, by the way, as an interface, as a platform, is pretty resource heavy. It uses more resources on your computer, so I think it stresses microphones and other things like that. I try to close most of my tabs. I only have about 8 of them open instead of 30 when I'm using
Still in.
Yeah, I have a pretty powerful computer. The last person, there's 2 other people I want to introduce. Rafiq, why don't you jump out for a second? And Brian, why don't you jump on in? Brian's been over on the just on the chat section. Brian is actually one of our local guys, and he's a videographer. And Brian, why don't you try to, there he goes. Brian's jumping in, and we're going to add him.
Hey, everyone.
There it is. Awesome. And Brian actually does some on-camera stuff, but Brian, tell everybody about your timing and how long you've been on board with us and what you do.
Well, I've been with Wayne and them for probably over a year now, probably coming up on a year and a half. I am the videographer, and I film and edit anything that's needed around. Usually during the summer, I go to Wayne's ranch and film all the daily operations around there. And besides that, I edit anything else you guys need, really. So
you are the magic man.
You guys, for Reed and Derek, are you? Brian's literally in the next office. We just closed the door, but this mic should filter it. But were you hearing Brian as double? Were you hearing him kind of in echo?
No, there is any echo.
Okay.
It's fine.
And Brian, when we do others of these Ecolonomics in action, and we use another platform called Webinar Jam. What is it that you would do when we're doing those? And what are you doing? What did you do to help get set up for this today?
Well, I set up all the cameras that are necessary. For Webinar Jam, it was a little more involvement because I'd have to actually set up like a live webcam, get the mics ready, and Webinar Jam was a lot more difficult to use than Blab, that's for sure. But today I just had to set up the camera. We were using Periscope on Wayne's phone, so that's filming this session right now. And besides that, I just had to make sure everything was good to go and the sound works and everything like that.
So, any one of you, tell the audience what we do on a daily basis when we have phone calls with each other.
Well, did you say, are you talking to me?
Actually, the other guys, because you're not on the calls.
Okay.
I thought a separate call. Well, let's talk with you. You're not really virtual, although you work. You really do 4 days a week. We don't see each other live. 1 day a week, Wednesdays. Today we do. Tell everybody how you and I communicate on a daily basis.
Well, every morning we get on a call about 8:45, and we just discuss the day basically. And first we'll go over what I'm working on, and then Wayne will come in with any new assignments that he has or anything new that I should be thinking about, and then we discuss what my priorities will be. So sometimes things will take over what I'm already working on, and that will jump up to my number one priority. Other than that, I always have a huge list of things to edit, so it's always a constant workload for me.
He always gives us priority. Yeah. He always made me work on priorities, so that really makes me accountable. I can finish up good things in early. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm adding Derek back here when he comes on. Tell us, you and he together, tell the audience what you guys are doing on one particular project right now. He's already mentioned the tool that we use, Article Video Robot, but tell the audience about how the two of you are interacting and how you interact with, there's another member of our team that you guys both work with also. So talk about that process a little bit.
Okay. Well, right now we're working with Keyhole Academy, and like Wayne said, we're using Article Video Robot. And so Derek goes in and creates these articles, and then I go in and edit them and make sure they're all up to par. And then we haven't gotten there yet, but eventually I'm going to download these and do a little more editing, add some fancy intros and whatnot, and then upload them to the websites. And yeah, it's going good so far. Derek and I usually communicate through emails almost every day. And besides that, we do Skype calls. It just works easier sometimes because he's all the way across the world and Skype's just right there and easy to go.
So Derek, talk about your perspective. Either modify anything that you think about the process that might be different than what Brian just said, or different things you see about it.
He just said the same thing that, I'm going to say that, what I do, I try to do the basic things. I try to copy the content and, try to make a simple video of it. And what he do, he nourishes that video. He try to modify it more and, make it ready for publishing and posting.
And he said one thing that was just a little inaccurate, but that is that you compose the video, and that's not totally accurate. Tell us where you get the material that we're making the video from.
The material that I'm getting is from our article. There are like several links from website called Keyhole Academy. We have a website. From there, Tyler, one of our team member, he sends us the information. Try to make several videos. So I try to grab that content and try to make videos as well. And we have a sheet as well that a Google sheet that we are saving the information. Most of besides this Keyhole Academy work, what I do, the articles who have most views and who audience have checked, who have high views like that. So what I do, I try to grab the link and try to put the content on the article video robot and try to make that video, and then I tell Brian to make some modification in it if it's if it requires, then he does the onward work.
He does the voiceover. Brian's got the radio amongst all of us, so he does do the voiceover work. And again, since I said it before, but I'll mention, Brian's is local. So we're broadcasting this from Berthoud, Colorado, which is in northern Colorado, north of the Rockies. I mean, at the north end of the Rockies in Colorado, east of the mountains. Brian's in Fort Collins, about a 30-minute drive away, and he works on editing in his home studio, and he works and comes and films usually on Wednesdays, sometimes other days. We've done events on weekends that he also does filming of. So again, we're working on this project, Magnetize Your Audience, and we work on education marketing. Arib and Derek, you start, Arib. Give us your perspective of what that means, what have you learned from it, and what are some hints that you can give to our audience about how you can do a better job at a live event.
Well, what I have learned from live events count a lot of things. You have to be, what I learned from Callan Rush is that you have to just go in and you have to get the trust. You cannot lose their trust. You cannot lose their attention. So you always have to maintain their attention. So what I learned from her is that, first of all, it's a very it was something, it's not that much, but it's stop and scan. You go in a live event and you stop and start scanning everyone. So they will immediately have them someone is looking at us. He's scanning us. So after that, you start give some jokes so that you make them comfortable, make them trust you. Once you have their trust, whatever the material, content material, marketing material you have, they will listen to it and they will act on it. So that's my understanding of live events. If you go live, you have to be humorous. You have to get their trust, and then give something of value. Make them understand the value of what you are teaching them, and that's something for me in live workshop.
Derek, how about you? What have you learned?
From checking those modules, what I have learned is how to present yourself, how to because if for example, if some business person is doing a business and out of 100%, he have 3% clients. This is the most case that we see in the real world. Out of 100%, 3% is his active clients, and other than that, the other majority, of 97%, 7% of them are not active listeners. They are not they don't need the product or your service at the at the present time. So you need to convince them. You need to present your presentation of your product or service, via email, via call, or doing a webinar, or how you can represent. On that one, you need to pick a, if you're sending them a if you're sending your marketing material through via email, you need to pick a very catchy title that that can that can attract their attention as well. And then you need to put your content, that what product or service that you're gonna sell them, or that you're gonna present them, that can solve their problem in their business. And after that, you can make an offer of that one, that how you gonna sell that, how you gonna sell your service or product.
All right, I'm going to ask Brian to jump off, and you go back to sort of helping us monitor the chat, and either Rafiq or Hamza, actually Hamza, if you can jump in, try to jump in, and if not, then Rafiq, why don't you? But while we're waiting for that, I'm going to do something we haven't ever done. Arif and Derek, have a brief conversation in your native language, so that we can, if someone comes in and watches this, the rest of us will be confused, but people will understand it. So you started, Arif. Start a conversation. Let's talk about cricket. You guys talk about cricket for about
bring Mark in. Mark, aja.
All right,
we have to roll Mark. That's right.
Jump in. Actually, I'm not sure he's online right now. His signal's been going on and off.
I'll ask Hamza. I'm just telling Hamza in Urdu that please come on the call. He's so shy. What I will do. He's being concentrated.
Don't do it if you don't.
Come on. Aja. Call pe aja.
Okay, it looks like we finally got Hamza. All right.
I'm trying. He's like setting his. He's a little hero here, so.
Okay.
Yeah, look at this.
So.
He's nervous. I've told you all along he's the most handsome of the three of you.
Yeah, he is.
No, I'm not at all handsome.
He's the woman killer of the group.
He's just sitting beside me.
All right, let's let the three of you have a conversation in your language for a second, and I'll be confused.
Okay. क्या बात करें?
यार पता नहीं यार. जो भी है. हम लैब के टाइम पास के लिए
क्या समझ नहीं आई? तू उससे आज नहीं रहा.
वेन बहुत समझदार है वो. वेन ट्रांसलेट कर लेगा जो भी बोल रहे हैं, तो ध्यान से बोलना.
I think I understand words.
I just told them that you're gonna put translation, so be careful what you speak.
You're assuming I know how to do that. I actually think I could figure it out, but yeah, I could do it afterwards. You're right. I could probably do the translation afterwards. So Hamza, since you were bold enough to come on, tell everybody what you do on a daily basis. So these three guys literally sit within feet of each other normally, and I know they're actually maybe sitting in different places because they're using their laptops. Their machines they have at work don't have cameras on them. How close they are. There's Arif right there. They're both together. How far are you away, Derek? Are you that close also? There we go. He's right behind them. You guys can all see that. They're all really close. Peter, thanks for coming on, man. We're talking with a group of virtual assistants that are free right now in Pakistan in the same office area. And then I've got Mark, who's on the line, who's in Bangladesh, and got Rafik that's in South Carolina, and I'm in Northern Colorado. So yeah, that's really cool. You can get. You know what we do with people like you? We bump you. You just went into space, dude. You are going to be bumped from here also. Peter, you're going bye-bye. Anyway, Hamza, tell everybody what you do on a day-to-day basis.
When I first come, I have to do an email drafting. Then I go for Facebook post reach. Then there's a call for team. Then that we have to go on that. Then I do AHC, work on AHC. There can be a research work on that, or I have to find the leads for AHC. Then my highest period backlinking. I have to go backlinking for articles as well as for a regular Mark write or a read by the team. Then I have at the end I have to go for another tasking. Then I sign out at 6 a.m. Pakistan time. So my shift start at 9 p.m. my time till 6 a.m. my time. Pakistan time.
You're breaking up a little bit more, so maybe the headset is not quite as good of a signal that we're getting from you. But the video is awesome. Everybody's video is great, guys. And are you using your? I see that you've got your phone there, Hamza. Are we seeing you? Is this your phone view? Cool. So we just had Beekeeper come on, and we had guests. Do you guys remember when we had a beekeeper for our guest? Mark does probably. You guys maybe didn't come on those blobs. Yeah, Mark says yes. Do you remember her name, Mark? He's going to throw it on the chat. No, he doesn't. And I've got to think of it myself right now. She actually has been the president of the Colorado Beekeeper Association. And she's here in Berthoud. She lives here in the area, and I'm not remembering her name. But thank you for coming on, and we are talking with virtual assistants. So everybody tell whoever wants to talk, sort of give a thumbs up, and we'll let you do it, as to what are the biggest challenges that you see with virtual assistants circumstances, and how can you overcome them? So what are the things you guys find is the biggest challenge you have in being able to do your jobs well?
Well, the biggest challenge, I guess, is we are not sitting together. Like me, Derek, and Hamza are sitting together, so we can work on a task. Like we can very well synchronize. When it comes to you, I think there is a communication gap we sometimes face, which I think we have now overcome because of concentrating on that. I think we have overcome the best, but still there is. The biggest challenge, I guess, is the distance and the checking balance. So basically, that's a little bit the thing I think we face. I think that's the problem we face when we're doing virtually. Other than that, I guess we can handle everything. What guys there in America can handle, I think we can handle it by sitting here.
How about you, Hamza? Hamza, what would be anything different?
I guess the communication is the most important thing that we are lacking. I guess it's the first time we are having video conference. Otherwise, we do call. We have to be more on the email. I think we are lagging behind on email. So that's the part. In my opinion, we are lagging. We don't communicate much on emails.
Okay. Derek, how about from you?
Well, I would not say that, I totally agree with both guys that, the first thing is communication, that mostly we, face problems with, lack of communication. But the second thing, I don't consider it a problem, but, that's a challenging task, we can say that, most virtual assistant, they face, new things, new tasks and new experiences that, they need to accomplish, and, on monthly or weekly basis, and they try to learn it, and they try to, overcome those tasks. It's being a virtual assistant is not so easy, guys. I mean, you need to, you need to become, you need to be a different guy. You need to be more active, more kind of a
Good listener.
accountable
Good
and
listener.
good listener as well. Yeah. So as in VA, it's pretty tough.
Guys, I'm going to, why don't you jump off, Arib, and let's let Rafiq or Mark come back on.
Sure.
So either one of you two guys jump on. I'd like you to answer that question also. And Mark asked a question here, which before he comes on, I'm going to throw it. I think it'll go over into the seat. So before you come on, Mark asked the question, how popular is the VA concept in the USA? And how do people feel about working with other cultures in the USA? Well, again, a lot of you are going to be coming on as replay watchers. When you watch on the replay, you can actually see the chat. And if you would, click on one of our names and answer this question. How do you react to that situation here in the US? I've actually got a guest in my office with me. I'm not going to embarrass him and ask him to come on here, but we'll probably talk about that afterwards and how he feels about having people from other cultures working with people in the US. So I'm going to close the question out now and then see if Mark and or Rafiq will come back on here. While they're waiting to do that, what's something that we do every week, Hamza, that you've had some success with related to
Alexa ranking.
that we have fun with? What do we do?
We have content.
The rankings. We do Alexa ranking.
I think we do weekly contest as well.
Yeah, he's talking about our rankings, which he does.
Contest.
So let's talk about that. You did them yesterday, and what do we have happen?
Yes,
so I haven't looked. How did we do yesterday?
Nourish the Planet, Economics, Worldwide Agriculture. I guess we have 6 sites below 1 million. So I improved on them.
You broke up a little bit there. Did you say that we got better, or were we even? Did we do better on any one of those?
Yeah, we got better a lot on our site.
Okay.
It's about like 6 sites. We have crossed 1 million. Like we are below 1 million now.
Wow, that's awesome. By the way, when he says that, that is the ranking on Alexa, and it's a rather subjective ranking. And we actually did something that Derek's going to talk to Mark in a second. Your camera, it says we still have audio signal. Actually, you're gone now. Mark's signal can be quite variable. And one of the things that you guys get so used to if you're here in the US is having consistent power. I know these guys, we've been on phone calls when their power has had a problem. And it's not as consistent as it is here in the US at times. Derek, talk about the other thing that we do weekly that's kind of fun that Hamza's had a little bit of success with. He's done pretty well with.
We try to hold a weekly contest. The contest is about basically the contest we held is we try to learn new things that can help us, that can help all in our job, and also in our life as well. So what we do, we try to find, first we try to select a topic, on which topic we are gonna research, and then we try to find articles and the best article that that Baines like, that can be the winner.
And what's our contest this week? So, and today's an important day. Today is when they have to be submitted. So what are we doing this week? What's the contest on?
We are doing email communication in marketing. Best article on email communication and marketing.
Correct. And if, let's say, Hamza wins this week, I'm not saying he will, by the way, but what do you get if you win? We have a prize. What is it that you get? And once you get to something, why is it kind of important to Hamza to win here in the near future? Hamza, go ahead and answer.
I get the, yes.
It's a day off. Yeah. Every time you win a contest, you gain an hour, a credit towards an hour. And once you win 8 times, you then get a day off. And we've been doing it since what? Mid-November?
Since mid of November.
I think,
Is that right?
yeah, mid of November.
Who's got the next most wins? Hamza has 7.
I think
Mark
Mark.
has 5.
Who does?
Mark.
Mark. Okay. Mark's got 5. All right. Yeah. Mark put it in the chat. Who else? Who's got more than 2? Anybody else have more than 2?
I think so.
Rafiq has 3, I guess.
But he have 2. No. He have won 2 contests, and then joining him is Reeb, and at the last, that's me.
And by the way, everybody, their contest entries every week are really excellent, and they do this on their own time. They're not being paid to do this, and that's something they're doing to improve themselves and improve all of us. And Rafiq, grab the seat. Grab that empty seat. Okay. Rafiq's coming on here. So Rafiq, tell everybody what we do. How does that contest entry process work? Because if people are watching this, they might want to use it with their own teams. Tell everybody what everybody does, and it relates to Smart Member, and then how you help with that.
Okay, so what we do is we use Smart Member so we can add the contest sites to them, contest articles. So what happens is I create a tab for them. The other members go in, they add their articles to the tab I created, and it kind of organizes them in a way where we can go back and look at previous ones. It's all really pretty neat. So we do that every week, and that's where all our contests are stored. So it's a really great tool using Smart Member.
And tell people a little bit more about what Smart Member does. And we're using it one way, and then there's another way we use it with our clients. So how are we using it?
So the way we're using it is we're pretty much using it as a team, improvement kind of thing. So we're adding like tips and tricks to improve things like virtual communication and blog article writing, different videos, just different things we find that we think will be useful for everyone to know. So that's how we use it. The way we use it for our clients is it's a way for them to get their product out. So one of our clients is Keyhole Academy. They're going to use the site to sell their classes. So they can add lessons and plans into it, and members will sign up for it, and they can have all their content in one place, kind of like an online class type situation. So that's one thing Smart Member does. It's a place to have all your content for people to see and sign up and get the information.
Okay. And as we're using it, you said we're using it internally. Can anybody else see it?
No. So for ours, it's just between our core group of members. So you can set access levels, private memberships, general membership, public, different things you can set, or you can hide pretty much everything which we do and only see it among, a certain group of people. So that's what.
So it's kind of like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly. Right? Kind of like that.
And what's a project you started yesterday that you've actually partially completed? Mark actually helped with it too. I'm sure you saw that. Tell us what you're working on that's relevant to what we're doing here.
So what we're working on and we're trying to figure out is if you embed a video from another source, say YouTube or even this Blab we're doing right now, if we embed it to the site, does the views when you click on the link inside the website that's not, Blab or YouTube, does it still count towards your views and your clicks for the video? So that's what we're working on now. And actually, after we get off this, have to go check because I think everyone, I asked them to test it out for me, so I have to go see the results after this.
So since he's getting nervous, and it's probably Reed that's sitting there and wiping his brow, Hamza, why don't you jump off and let's see if Mark's back on and he can come on. He's breathing. He's getting a sigh of relief that he's able to jump off. So, Rafiq, that's great. And was that article, that video that Mark gave, pretty good about giving us a little bit of knowledge about that, right?
I really appreciate that, Mark. If you hear me, that's a great video you found. I appreciate that.
He found a YouTube video that talks a little bit about the algorithms that Facebook Live uses, that YouTube uses. Quite frankly, it's a little complicated, is what we found. Now, let's ask the group. You guys did this test yesterday where you went out and you looked at a video that we actually created on the Impletour team site. I don't have it open. I'm going to open it here on my screen and just see if I can see an answer. By the way, we're gonna go offline in about 3 minutes here, everybody. We're gonna try to keep this to an hour. We started a little bit late, so I'm looking on the Impletour team Smart Member site. And did you embed that, Rafiq, in the?
Yeah. It's in Livecast. The Livecast test.
Your volume, your sound signal's much better now. Your signal is better.
You might just needed a break or something.
Well, that's one of the things we found with Blab, that sometimes you have to refresh if you get a bad signal. So I'm looking on Impletour team and looking on training.
It's going to be under the live cast page, the tab.
You're right. Going to the wrong tab. I like how you used a magnet for the icon there.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It just kind of makes a little smiley face.
So how many views had this video had on YouTube yesterday?
127, I believe. Exactly.
Okay. Somebody go online now and see how many it has. I don't want to do it to use up my own bandwidth here. Maybe Brian, maybe you could do it on yours. Is that on the? It's probably on the on our NTPC channel. Is that right, Brian? Look at the video and see how many views it has. How many times did you open it, Rafiq?
I did about 3 times. I know Arib emailed me yesterday and said he did it as well.
Okay. Mark, I'm trying to add you again. You've been going on and off. How many times did you look at it, Derek? Did you open it?
Hey, here.
Like
I'm back.
2 times.
Okay. Mark, how many times did you open that video?
Once.
Once? Okay.
But
what? He's freezing up.
But YouTube would if you watch it.
Mark, your signal's not good. So we might lose you here in a second. Okay, Reeb opened it twice. Brian, have you got to it yet? You see how many views it shows? Okay. Reeb, he's looking it up. Mark, your signal's not good. I'm going to knock you off. It says kick. It keeps changing the signal. So when I open it, it says, do you want to kick him? I'm kicking him. He's kicked. So, Arif, jump back in again. Look at what it says in the chat, guys. It's Wayne Dorban bumped Mark out of the seat. It gets all true.
Interesting.
That's kind of fun. I saw that your screen froze. Brian's looking up to see how many times that what it's showing now. Mark, the article we were talking about earlier that Mark found talked about the YouTube algorithm probably would show it as a view. I'm not convinced that it does, honestly. That's why I want to see what it shows. So it should be up to 105, 150 views if just we were looking at it. Are you there yet, Brian? Did you find anything? Well, anyway, I'll just throw it out to the three guys on the screen here. Any parting great knowledge, any thoughts that you have to give to our audience? We're going to have hundreds of people come in here, thousands that come in and watch it as a replay. And I'd really like you guys to, those that are going to be watching, to know that we do this on a regular basis. We do Ecolonomics in Actions. Be looking for us live, either on Periscope or on Blab or on our websites. We will embed this onto our Ecolonomics channel. Brian will actually do an edit of it, and it'll be actually, as soon as we're done here, I'll be able to put it onto YouTube, and we'll then post it, embed it, and then we'll look at it a bunch of different ways. And before we end, I'm going to start with Rafiq. Do you have any parting words for our audience?
I guess the parting words I'll give you some advice. I would say if you're working with people from all over the world in different time zones and everything, the best piece of advice is to be patient with them and, learn as much as you can from them and about them. And, that's pretty much my best piece of advice I can give.
Great. Arif, how about you?
Well, I will say that, if you work with all of the people all over the world, I think you're learning a lot. You're learning their cultures, you're learning new practices, and it's a good employment opportunity. People think that if they work locally, that's only good. If you can work in your country and you can be working for someone else from other country, I think that's wonderful. If you can learn a lot, you can bring many things to your own culture, and you can make it much better. You can make a world a better place. So us all, I think we are like good people working together, and we are making more productive, and Wayne knows that we bring productivity to this team. So I think it's good.
Amazing team. You guys are awesome. Derek, how about you?
I think these guys have already, copied my idea or, or what I was thinking. So I'm gonna advise different. What I'm gonna give is, guys, please plant trees if you guys can. 2015 year was one of the hottest year of our planet. And, if you want to know more about gardening or how to plant trees or, how to make a garden as well, you can come up on our site, www.nourishtheplanet.com. That's it.
Yeah, look at that. The guy's doing good, man. He's marketing here at the end. And again, everybody can watch what we do on ecolonomics.org. There's going to be places on the chat that Mark has put in, our URLs. You can go to that. You can go to Nourish the Planet. You can go to Saving the Green. There's about 10 different websites that we'll give you information for. Follow everybody. If you're watching this, even if you watch it as a chat, as a replay, you can follow the people that are out there. And you may want to do a lab yourself someday and have other people follow you. I want to thank these guys. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart as being my team members. I'm proud of them. I'm glad to be their team. I get in a foxhole with them, as they say in business, and have them protect me, and I would protect them. I'm going to end it with just a tiny bit of business. Usually we go around the room and we ask questions of each other, and we're not going to talk again later today because I've got other things going. Any really important question from any of the three of you, or from Mark, or from Rafiq, you can put it into the chat. But the three of you that are live, is there anything that I really need to worry about? Arif, I updated the priority table. He says priority table. So that's one of those English words that there's a different pronunciation for. And what else? I had a number of different new appointments for you to start booking. Otherwise, Rafiq, you're working on the projects. You're doing great. Derek, Did you make any calls yesterday to any of our lists?
Sir, I have made calls on AHC project, many of the calls on AHC, and then I have tried to connect, some of the voicemail people. That's it. I haven't tried the MLM, but no, sir, not from us. I'm good.
Pete, anything from you?
I don't have anything to report right now, Wayne.
Okay. Areed, anything from you? He's frozen.
Sure, if all your calls went well yesterday
And
until today, meetings and
got
calls.
one of the great appointments that you set up for me sitting right here with me now, and I'm going to get back to him when we're just done here. So Randall's here with me. Guys, thank you today. This is awesome. We'll do it again, and appreciate the audience. Please come back and watch another one of our live casts. Again, we broadcast through Blab, we broadcast through Periscope, and sometimes we broadcast through Webinar Jam. We try to announce them in advance. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Go out and make it a better planet. Bye from Ecolonomics.
You too, sir. Have a great day. Take care. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye, guys.